It's going to be man, woman, boy, girl, depending on the age. And that is going to be most closely aligning to someone's sex assigned at birth, right? So denoting to, again, here we use the word denoting again, right? The gender identity most closely related to a sex. And there are multiple different, how do you say? There's multiple different ways to denote to a sex. It doesn't have to be all encompassing. It doesn't have to be every single portion of the sex itself, because obviously trans people know, like for example, a trans woman knows that they are born male. They know that they are not having the ability to produce large gametes. But there are a multitude of other ways to denote to the sex of female. So we see that sex and gender are different in this way.
Did that make sense to you, guest? You have to unmute your microphone. I'll send you the invite. Did that make sense to you? Did you hear anything that Olive just said to you?
You said what?
Did you hear what Olive said to you?
She was talking about
They
was talking about she was talking about I really don't understand what she was talking about, low key, because she was talking about the variants, and then she went from transgender, and it's like, what are you talking about? Can you summarize it?
Yeah, I wasn't even talking about trans people. I was literally just talking about the difference between sex and gender. So I can say it one more time for you. Are you going to pay attention?
Yeah, we know that means sex is your biological, and gender is just identity.
Right. So here's the thing: every human being on Earth is biological, right?
No shit.
Yeah, no, definitely. Every human being on Earth is biological. Do you know the definition of biological? I actually don't care if you know or not. I'm just going to reiterate. So a female is going to be one of the sex that is denoting to or of the sex that is within the capability of producing large gametes. What does that mean? Hold on, I'm speaking.
I didn't hear you.
What does that mean? That means eggs, right? Even if you are an infertile, please, okay, enough. Even if you are an infertile female, if you are denoting to the capability of producing large gametes, that means you are of the female sex, okay? And then for males, of or denoting to the sex that is within the capability of producing small gametes, that would be sperm. So gender, ultimately we know, right? Everybody can agree that it is in fact a social construct. But within that social construct, it's going to be a biopsychosocial schema. So there's going to be 3 factors here that play into the gender identity of a human being. It could be 1, it could be 2, it could be all 3. Okay, so we have to take note of the differences here between sex and gender. Did any of that make sense to you, guest?
I'm so muted. Oh, I'm not muted. Okay, I'm tripping then. So see, when you was talking, right? You was going very fast, and I told you I didn't hear you, and I said, and you asked me the question, do you understand? And I told you I couldn't hear you, and you muted me. I'm trying to tell you, when you're moving, when you're talking fast, you have to, like, we're having.
Okay, I said it twice though. I'm not quite sure how else to slow down my speech any slower than that. If you'd like me to do it for a third time, I can do my absolute best to be a little bit slower. I understand I'm saying a lot of stuff.
I mean, you're saying gender is a social construct and this and the third, but yeah, I mean, anybody can claim an identity and whatever, right? Everybody can claim that social construct, whatnot.
But it's not just social, right? There's 3 different aspects here.
It is social. That's the whole point of gender.
Right. I mean, right. But there's 3 different aspects that go into gender identity.
Okay, what goes into gender identity?
Biology, sociology. I'm sorry, not sociology. That was a Freudian slip. Psychology and social aspects.
Well, first you said biology was for sex and gender was a social construct, and now you're being like, did you not say there was a difference between sex and gender?
Yeah, but did you hear the part where I said everybody's biological? I'm not even talking about trans people right now. I'm just talking about.
No, I'm not talking about trans people. I don't care. I'm talking about. You said sex and gender are different, right?
Right.
What makes sex and gender different?
Oh, never mind, Brock.
W. Brock in the chat.
Oh my gosh, that was
Sorry, Jenny.
Just for a little bit of clarification here, we can all agree that the vast majority of the time there's going to be the congruence between the sex and gender, right? If you're born male, you're most likely going to be a man or a boy, or I'm sorry, a boy and then a man. If you're born female, you're most likely going to be a girl and then a woman, right? We understand that to be the case the vast majority of the time. But we also have to understand the incongruence there. And that is what I was trying to explain. Did I make sense, Isaac, Jenny, Brandon?
Could I try a different way?
go ahead.
What the folks out there in Chatland who think they know everything about this and don't, what you guys got to realize is that you can't be making rules about everybody based on your black and white information you've been given by mommy and daddy or some 7th grade biology book or some idiot politician. Okay, there are variations. Life is not black and white. Life is gray. It always has been. It always will be. And if you're standing there saying, oh, well, I don't have to worry about those things, those are extremes. Well, yes, you do have to worry about those things because those are people just like you who deserve all the rights and privileges and treatment that you get.
Yes.
Period.
100%. It's just like everyone just wants clones of themselves walking on Earth. I'm like, can we not just embrace people's differences and be like, cool, that doesn't apply to me, but I have your back. Like, you're not hurting yourself, you're hurting anybody else. Like, what is happening? Just, everyone just wants clones. They just want clones of themselves. They're like, well, if you're not a clone of me, there's something wrong with you. Are y'all okay?
I
Like,
just
y'all okay?
also want to point out that what Olive said was not incorrect, with the gender being a biopsychosocial schema. And just because two things can be separate, as in not the exact same thing, they can still be intertwined. And I'm really sick of people being like, I thought you said that they were different. You thought wrong. All right. Just because it's because they are not the same thing doesn't mean they're not intertwined.
That part. Hi, Blake. How old are you?
I'm sorry, what was that?
How old are you?
20.
Okay. What is your take on these topics?
First off, I want to start by saying about letting your kids be trans and that kind of stuff. I don't see nothing wrong, if somebody's trans or something like that. To me personally, I don't believe in that kind of stuff. I don't really. I'm going to get to that later on. But starting off with the kids, I just feel that you parents shouldn't let their kids be trans or gay or anything until they're 18. Once they're 18, I see nothing wrong. Because hear me out on this. Because I don't. If I was, let's say I was decide I was trans.
Hold on. I've never heard someone say so many wrong things in 3 sentences. First of all, no one's choosing to be trans. No one's choosing to be gay. That's not a choice.
Maybe when I said choosing might have been wrong.
Right. So hold on. So we know it's not a choice.
Right.
Like we know certain things are biological fixed traits. We know that gender identity is formed between the ages of 3 and 7. We know that that's just who you are. It's caked into who you are. So now that we know it's not a choice, who are you as a parent to tell a child that they cannot be who they are intrinsically? Who are you?
Right. What I meant by that is not necessarily choosing or nothing. I that's probably the wrong way of putting it. I don't know, I guess how to word this without offending somebody. I mean more, okay, being trans, like if they were maybe doing having a surgery or something like that, changing the body they were born in. And hear me out, please. I'll explain why I'm saying this. Because, like I said, let's say that if I was trans and I was a minor, and I told my parents this, and they went ahead and they supported that, and they allowed me to go through procedures, those kind of things, because if I was trans, and then later on I decide, oh no, like look what I've done to myself and that kind of stuff. Because, and let's take the trans thing out for a second. If there was things and this has nothing to do with being trans. It's just, things that, let's say I decided I wanted to do this or wanted to do that or whatever, because I thought that's what was right. I actually thought that about myself, but I'm just a kid. I don't know exactly what, you know what I'm saying? So
Brandon,
kids aren't getting surgeries. Yeah, go ahead, Jenny. Go ahead.
Blake, are you, I'm trying to, first of all, understand what you're saying, maybe help you word it better for yourself. Are you saying that you don't think that a child of whatever age we're talking about should express that they're trans if they feel they're trans, or shouldn't express that they're gay if they feel they're gay?
No, I'm just saying with the procedures. Now,
Okay.
if
All right. Now that's okay. That's fine. Those procedures don't happen to children. Period.
Okay. Well, they don't. When it said, I didn't think they did, but when it was saying we let your kids be trans, I was just saying if that was a case, I don't agree with that part. Now,
Hold on. No procedures have to happen in order for someone to be trans. Zero procedures have to happen.
I understand that.
What that is saying, Blake, is that we all need to let children be who they are.
Right, I agree with that.
The base personality that a child has, their character, is something that is born in them. Your character and rights and wrongs and things are taught by family, friends, schools, society, that sort of thing. But who you are is who you're born with. And to not let a child be whatever they were born as is cruel, okay, is basically child abuse, because you're telling them, no, you can't be who you are.
Right. Okay.
And it's going to damage them, and maybe to the point when they start to hit puberty and stuff, it could have damaged them enough that they are going to seek to unalive themselves. And that's why we say let kids be trans, because we want to get them the help to understand themselves, the parents to get the help to understand their child, the parents to get help to understand each other. It's a whole family dynamic. It's not just one thing that a child goes through. It's the whole family goes through it.
I want to ask you this. Maybe trying to help you understand my perspective, where I'm coming from. And please, everybody hear me out before y'all start cutting me off. Just let me finish. What if a kid said that they're an alcoholic and they wanted to start drinking alcohol? So who would you be as a parent to say, no, you're not allowed to do that?
That has nothing to do with sexuality and identity. That is an addiction and a choice. Sexuality, identity is not a choice.
Hold on. I would.
Sure, go ahead, Al.
So you don't believe it's inherited or anything?
Hold on. I would like to respectfully correct the idea that alcoholism is a choice. Addiction is not a choice. Ultimately, that's a whole different conversation, but that's also not a choice. But I also don't think addiction is analogous to the plight of trans individuals whatsoever.
Right. I was just using that as which I know it's not really a good way of comparing, but it was the only way I knew at the moment.
Well, hold on, because this is your worldview, and this is why we're challenging and critiquing it, because you're thinking that it is analogous to something harmful. You're comparing healthcare to something that would just be harming the child's body. This is not what we're talking about in any sense. Like, we're talking about literal healthcare. Life-saving healthcare, by the way. This is not just something that we're just throwing out there. We know, statistically speaking, that 1 in 2, 50% of children have a higher rate of unaliving and unaliving ideations if the gender-affirming care is not available to them. If we take away the healthcare from them and say, you know what, just wait till you're 18, right? Just wait. You'll be fine. Then you can make that choice. When you take away the option for healthcare, the risk goes up significantly. It's 1 in 2. So you might be thinking that you're like you win like Mom of the Year award when you're literally putting your child's life at risk. And that would be more on you than if you gave them gender affirming care. Something that would actually be saving them. If if the team of experts that you are meeting with are saying, this is what we recommend as far as the treatment plan, let's do this for your child to make sure they have the best life available. And you as a parent says, well, I'm going to wait till they're 18. I'm going to disregard everything that the medical experts are telling me. I'm going to wait till they're 18, and then they can get healthcare when they're 18. You may be losing your child because of that decision. And that's not a fear tactic. That's statistically speaking.
Okay. Well, I'd like to move on to the next point.
Wait, can I say one more thing, Blake? I'm sorry. Before we go on to the next point, I understand where you're coming from to a certain degree, and I would just kind of like to draw the parallel here for you. So when it comes to addicts, for example, alcoholics, for example, the choice to pick up your first drink and drink that is the choice, right? Yeah. Absolutely. But the actual addiction itself is not the choice. So in comparison, if you'd like to draw that comparative, when it comes to trans children, there is a choice for them to actively seek out gender affirming care. To a certain degree, that is the choice, right? But them being trans is inherently and intrinsically not a choice. So if you want to do that comparison, we can acknowledge certain actions within those things, whether it be addiction or being trans. We can acknowledge certain things are in fact a choice, but the addiction itself or being trans within itself is not a choice.
Olive, did I error before and say that addiction was a choice? If I did, that was a definite misspeak, and I used to work in addiction and that sort of thing. So I'm sorry, I was not clear.
You're fine.
You're fine.
Thank you.
You're fine. It makes sense why you would guess why you would bring that point up. It's not analogous, but I can understand where it was coming from. I just kind of wanted to draw the parallels with that statement. That's all.
Okay. And then one more thing, and then I do want to move to my next point. I was going to say, first off, sorry if I sound shaky. I'm freezing cold in here, but I'm not allowed to touch or fix the air or anything. Anyways.
Wait, where are you?
I'm at home. And stuff.
Oh, yeah. My house is always cold, too.
Because I live with my parents, and my dad don't want me messing with, so they're all in bed, but I know if I turn it off, they get up, they'll be mad and stuff. Anyways. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Well, okay. There's a kid, and they're born, which I'm afraid to say this now because that's my next topic. I don't want to get that started yet. But anyway, we'll just go to the next thing. Okay. And I'm pretty open-minded, believe it or not. I really am open-minded and willing to understand and listen to things. But so what I was trying to listen earlier when I got on, y'all were talking about the difference between sex and gender. So what exactly is the difference in that? Because I hear a lot of times people say there is a difference.
Yeah, so there's two different, so sex and gender, actually, if you look up the definitions of both of them, they have two separate definitions completely. Like, they're just like completely separate definitions. I think the best way for me to explain this is, I give this example. Sometimes people get it, sometimes people don't. If you are if you're in the wild, right, and you see like a whole group of female lions, would you say in the grass? Would you say, look at those women in the grass? Would you say that word, woman?
Would I say what?
Would you? So if you saw female lions over in the grass, right? Would you say, look at those women over there in the grass? Or would you say, look at those females in the grass?
Well, I wouldn't say women, because women is a title used for humans.
Right. Correct. You're there. You go. You got it. So this is the difference. Gender is a man, like that's only for the human species, right? Sex would be something completely different. So if we're talking about like gender and sex, the words are not interchangeable. They can't be interchangeable. You can't say, every time you say woman, you cannot say female. Just like the lion example. Like if they were interchangeable, if they meant the same thing, then you would be able to say, look at those women in the grass, but you can't say that because they're not interchangeable.
Hear me out. Hold on. The difference though would be like a man and a woman would be that, or like if there was a female lion, technically you would say, look, there's a lioness or a lion. See, that's where you get like the lion is a species, just like human is species. But then you get into they're both female, but then there's a woman and a lioness, or like you see what I'm saying?
No. It would not be woman because women only applies to the human species.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Right.
A woman is not a female human.
Wait, what'd you say?
Is a woman not a female human?
That's like one definition.
But I know. So you just say yes or no.
There's multiple definitions of there's multiple definitions of woman.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Yeah, I mean you could say that. You could say adult human who aligns and identifies with the schema of the female sex.
Right.
There's multiple definitions of a woman, but yeah, not always.
Okay. How many definitions or whatever there is of a man?
There's a few.
Oh, just a few. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Like when you look at the definitions of woman, for example, if you actually like Google it or like look in any like dictionary, whatever, there's going to be multiple there. It's like someone who worked, like there's so many obscure, like very interesting definitions of woman that have to do with like working and like this, that, and the third. And, so we know, like I said earlier, that someone born female is going to most likely, more often than not, be a woman, and we know that to be true, right? That's just like statistically a fact. But we also see that there are some females who are not women, whether it be a trans man or someone outside of the binary, non-binary, agender, etc. So the definition game, I don't like playing the definition game, and I'm not saying that you are, because you seem very genuine and you're actively trying to learn things. But when it comes down to definitions, that's when it gets a little bit messy, because it's a lot more complex and elaborate than that.
What do you mean? What's complex? The definitions, or
just being a woman in general? So I guess I would ask you, like, what is one necessary condition to be a woman? Meaning, what is one thing that you absolutely have to have that is like across the board, every single human being that identifies as a woman, what do you have to be a woman?
I don't know, because whatever I say, I know all are going to have something to come attack me with. So I don't.
No. Honestly, Blake, I personally don't want to attack you. I think this is a good faith conversation. I think you're being very respectful. It's not an attack at all. This is more so just like me kind of like trying to get into your psyche and try to figure out where you're coming from. I'm just asking questions to see if
to me, you just have to be born that way. You can't. There's no surgery, nothing you can do. To me, you're born a woman. You're a female. To me, because I know y'all said gender and sex ain't the same thing, but to me and everybody I know, they only believe that there's two.
Blake, may I comment?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, I agree with Olive. By the way, I think you're a very genuine person who's asking legitimate questions and seeking to grow. I don't have any desire to attack you whatsoever.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm going to try and boil it down in a simpler way that kind of encapsulates it all and make it easier to think about. Just real quick about fetal development, okay? Mm-hmm. In the first trimester, actually a very brief period of time after actual conception, the body, or what will become the body at some point, differentiates between male and female.
Okay.
Okay. Way down the road, okay, in the pregnancy, the brain differentiates whether it's going to be male or female or basically trans. Okay. They are related because they're in the same person, the same human creature, but they are separate. They develop separate. They have different influences that can change them or hurt them or improve them. Okay, but they are separate events in development. And that's why we say male and female is sex, as in genitals, as in reproduction.
Okay.
But male and female, excuse me, or man and woman are gender, as in what the person perceives themselves, how they express themselves to the society. Does that help?
Yes, but it also leaves me. I want to ask. I understand where you're coming from sex and gender and that kind of stuff. But what would, let's say, like, do dogs have different genders and sexes? Or let's say you was gonna go adopt a dog, and you saw, I don't know if I ain't supposed to say this. Let's just say it has male genitals, and would you look at that and say, "Oh, it's a male dog," or would you ask it, "What are you a trans dog?" Or
A dog is going to be what do they call it? An animal just takes on its instinct.
So you would say that.
Instinct. I'm sorry, I was losing
So a
the
dog
word.
or nothing.
Whether they behave in a typically male fashion or typically female fashion is instinctual. It's
Okay.
what they're programmed with. Dogs and other animals are not man or woman, ever.
You would say that dogs and cats and stuff, they're either a male or a female, right?
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Now, what I was getting at before is they can look at animals in research situations and they can say, for example, let's say you got a couple of rats. Rats have a definite behavior difference between male and female. Okay,
Right.
and that's instinctual. However, just a quick side note, if you mess up the hormones of that developing rat fetus, it will reverse those instinctual behaviors.
Right. There also is intersex animals as well. So you can have either male, female, or intersex animals as well. So it would be that has to be considered as well.
Okay. And then when it talks about why is being gay wrong, to me, the only reason why I see it's wrong, and I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, and I'm sorry, but to me, it just seems unnatural because, hear me out on this, I know, because let's just say that everybody on the planet's alive right now, everybody.
If everybody was gay, then the human race would cease to exist because we can't have children.
I was just saying, could you imagine, like, I mean...
That'd be great. I'd love it.
Why, you don't like kids?
No, I think you have a misunderstanding that this community is all infertile. We can have kids. We do have kids every day.
So I'm just asking, let's say that two people that both have a penis, they can have a kid together?
No, I never made that claim.
I know, I was just asking. I didn't say.
Yeah, hold on. So we have science available to us
Right.
that it takes out the act of intercourse. We don't even have to have intercourse because we have IVF available. We can take a specimen from both the male and the specimen from a female, and we can produce children. We can produce it, and they can be millions of kids running around if that's what we want to do. I don't think it's our obligation to reproduce. I don't think it's our moral obligation. I don't think it's anyone's obligation to reproduce. If someone is infertile, they can't reproduce, and that's valid as well. If someone doesn't want to have kids, they don't have to reproduce. If someone's over 55, they can't have kids. Like, you can't say something is wrong because they're not producing children, because then you'd have to say all the people that can't produce children are also wrong.
Also, we have to also acknowledge the fact that a lot of opposition or people that come up here and rise this topic to us, we have to acknowledge the fact that this is not a real scenario. Like, there will never be a time, unfortunately, that the entire world will be gay and trans. No. Unfortunately, there's a lot of
hypothetical question.
Yeah, right. I mean, like, the point is that it's a silly hypothetical question, right? Like, if I was to say to you, like, if all the food in the world was chocolate, then, like, you know, people would get sick of chocolate. It doesn't really, like, form an argument against, like, whether or not people should enjoy chocolate, right?
Could you make everything chocolate, please? Please?
You know what? I did that a couple of years ago. Everyone got really upset, so I had to, like, wind back the clock.
Stop doing that. You went too far.
I know. I lost my chill. I apologize.
But do you understand number one, you said something is not natural, so that would make it wrong. Do you think that everything that is unnatural is bad or wrong?
What? You'd have to clarify on exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, so what you did is you appealed to nature and you said something is bad because it's unnatural. Do you think that there are things in the world that are unnatural but also good? Like chemotherapy. That's unnatural. That's good. It saves people's lives. Our phones, technology.
I'm actually a cancer survivor.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'm 10 years cancer free.
That's amazing. But do you understand that, like the things, if you can't say something is wrong inherently because it's unnatural, because the phones that we're using, the technology that we're using is, it's unnatural. Like, we're talking right now over something that's not this doesn't occur in nature. Like, these things don't occur in nature. So, it's called an appeal to nature fallacy, because you're saying, we know for a fact that there are things in nature that are good and bad. We also know for a fact there are things that are unnatural that are good and bad. So you can't make the claim that something is bad because it's unnatural, is all I'm trying to get at.
Okay. And then, then you talk about, we'll teach your kids LG. I can't see the rest because that guy's covering the square. But
you just say queer. Just say queer. Like the queer community. It's queer is shorthand for the entire community. Save you having to read out the acronym every time.
Oh, okay.
Blake, anyway. before we get into that, I just want to take what Brandon said and just expand a little bit. In terms of the natural or not natural thing, are you aware that there have been observed and studied over 1,500 different species demonstrating homosexual behavior?
Yes, but I just like to add to that. So, are you wanting to say that, like, people are like animals?
Well, we are animals. Yes,
we are.
I'm talking about wild. Like, are you trying to, like, say that? What am I trying to say? What's that word?
Are you? Is what you're trying to point out that we're equating human beings to animals, but human beings have society and are like, have like civilization and science and reasoning. Yeah, but like, okay, so
I would never compare myself to an animal.
For sure. Do you think that our brain's ability to critically think is natural?
Yes.
Okay, sweet. Then you cannot say that, like, it is unnatural because we are able to engage in these behaviors while critically thinking. Because the critical thinking is natural, the ability to reason is natural, therefore anything that we engage in as a result of that is also natural.
Also, I think, like, gender identity and sexuality is ultimately amoral. Like, there's nothing in terms of, like, naturality that has anything to do, like there's no moral background surrounding one's sexuality or gender identity.
Okay. Well, about teaching your kids this, I was never taught anything about gay people or queers or trans, nothing like that. My entire life, I guess I maybe might have been a little bit sheltered from it. My dad's really homophobic. I'm really not. Like I said, I disagree with that kind of lifestyle. But I got a manager at work. He's gay. We became real good friends. He knows I don't agree with that, but we're really good friends. I have a cousin she's gay. She has a girlfriend. But I was brought up the way I was raised. I was raised that being gay is wrong, and I know my dad hated gay people, and that's once I didn't like telling him. I think he's kind of changed his views a little bit now. Since kind of getting into church, he's kind of changed his views on that.
Blake, where do you think your parents got that attitude that they should hate homosexuals?
My dad just, I can't answer that. That's something that they'd have to answer. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Now I know you haven't said that you hate homosexuals, and I'm sure that you don't. But let's say you had a good friend of yours, and they hate homosexuals. You guys grew up in the same kind of period of time socially.
I got a cousin that's that way.
Okay.
And we're real close. We're like brothers.
Why do they hate homosexuals? What made them hate homosexuals?
It's just the way they were raised.
Exactly. It was the way they were raised. And what we do in America is that we seem to think that everything has to be a right or a wrong. And again, that's the black and white thinking. It's not that way. Everything's
that's
gray.
How he is. He's very
and
black
so
and
we
white.
rely on things like religion and politics to ingrain ourselves with these beliefs, no matter how inappropriate or inaccurate they are. Okay, religion says this and that, but it doesn't say the kind of things that the haters come out with and what they suggest. The Bible, for example, I don't know anywhere in the Bible where it recommends violence or unaliving action towards anybody who's gay or lesbian or anything like that. And I know the Bible doesn't even mention trans people.
No, that's where I think me and my dad kind of butt heads a little bit because I'm a Christian, and I believe what the Bible says, and I follow it to the best of my ability.
Okay.
And I know that the Bible teaches to love everybody and not to judge somebody. And like I've tried to explain, and you may not come from a Christian background, or maybe you're not Christian, and that's okay. But like I've tried telling my sister, even tried to tell my dad, and I tell people, I come in contact with that, according to the Bible, and no offense to y'all, but according to the Bible, being gay is a sin. As much as, and I know it's funny.
No, it's hold on. It's only funny because like the fact that people come on this panel and weaponize their religion against an entire minority group, I think is hilarious. But
I'm not meaning to weaponize.
No. You are because what you're saying is hold on, Blake. What you're saying to kids who are LGBTQ is that who you are biologically is a sin. That is weaponizing your religion and harming this community. I was raised to be a Christian for 25 years of my life. I know the Bible better than all the people that I know. I can outverse any Christian in my sleep if I wanted to. Here's the thing. Your God cannot make a moral command against people that he's creating biologically a certain way. Number two, your God cannot make a moral command because he's not the top moral agent, because your God also condones slavery, ethnic cleansing, unaliving babies, taking virgin girls as property. We can just go down the list of all the immoral things that your God condones. I don't think that it's a fair thing to say that you're going to take something from a being that condones all these things and actually caused all these things, these harmful, horrible, immoral actions to happen in the past. It just doesn't work.
Now, I just want to say, would you like me to finish or no?
I mean, you can't. I know the rhetoric. I was raised Christian for 25 years. You can say all the clobber passages you want, but then I'm going to ask you about all the horrible things that your God condones, and I want you to actually explain why he condones slavery.
Okay, I will. Now, I just want to add by this. Okay, on here, you come on here to ask for people's opinions, right? Okay, then when somebody tries to give you their opinion, instead of cutting them off, and I feel that you're just wanting to argue with me, because I was actually trying to talk to you about something, and you jumped to conclusions and said, "Oh no, you're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this."
You came on. Hold on. You came on my page and you said that being gay is a sin. Did you not?
You're taking what I said out of context. Not exactly.
Did you say the sentence that I believe that being gay is a sin? Did you not say that sentence?
No.
Okay. You didn't say that. Hold on 1 second. Everyone on the panel, did Blake say? Am I like going? What's happening? Am I going nuts
You
here?
must have missed what I said before that, because I was talking about the way my dad thinks this, and it was Jenny M talked to me about why do I think they believe that, and I was trying to tell you why.
Blake, Bestie, I'm sorry, I know I got a lot of background noise, I'm going to be kind of loud for a second, but Bestie, you absolutely did say that I follow the Bible, and the Bible says that being gay is a sin. Like, that's just what you said. Like, stand on your business. Don't backpedal.
I'm not.
Just be upfront. Be for real.
Blake, even if you did say that, it's perfectly okay for you to say that and to feel that at this point, okay? What we're doing here is we're trying to offer you another angle to look at these sorts of things, and it's up to you whether or not you're going to choose to respond to whatever angles we offer you and change the way you think or not change the way you think. It's your decision. We're just offering information.
Yeah.
Right.
Respectfully.
Okay. A little piece I wanted to offer to you also regards to religion and all these sorts of things. Here's a fancy little note. Trans and gay people have been around for 4,000 years longer than Christianity. Did you know that?
I've heard that before.
Yeah. Yeah, it was our world first.
Right. All I was trying to say, and it's exactly what I said. You asked me why they think that, and I said I think why they said that and why they don't understand me sometimes. And I was saying, according to the Bible, it was. And then before you even let me finish my point, I got cut off.
Okay, Blake, you can continue gaslighting. Is being gay a sin, yes or no?
Gaslighting.
Is being gay a sin, yes or no?
According to the Bible, it is. I'm not saying
do you follow the Bible? Do you follow the Bible?
For the most part.
Great. So you think being gay is a sin? Continue. Please stop gaslighting me on my own page. Like, what the actual fuck? Like, I want you to, Blake, I'll tell you what. I'm going to clip this. Hold on, Blake. I'm going to clip this. I'm going to put it on my page because I don't like being gaslit. You literally came on and you said on the page, I don't like this. Because I was being very respectful to you. I don't do the gaslighting thing. You came on and you said the sentence. You said the sentence. You all are not going to like this. You're not going to like my next statement. But I follow the Bible, and the Bible says that being gay is a sin. So that's when I cut you off. You literally said that exact sentence. Everybody heard you say it. I don't like being gaslit. I don't like it.
Also, Blake, respectfully, we've been incredibly patient with you through this whole thing.
The thing I don't understand, though, is that you're following a version of the Bible that isn't even correct. So you're believing something that's not even, like, a correct translation. It was literally put in there to be homophobic.
Here's an idea. Maybe, could y'all let me finish and maybe you might understand where I was trying to go with this?
I would, me personally, I would absolutely...
Beyonce had the best album of the year.
What's up, honey?
What is happening?
What's up?
Jonah, where are you, number one?
Don't even worry about it. Brandon, where are you?
Very
Some
worried.
kind of fit? You got a warrant? I don't think so.
I do.
But I unmuted to say I would really, really love to see like where Blake thinks they're going with the take that they're about to present. I personally am very interested in it. Provided that is allowed to happen, I will then tell you exactly where I am.
Go for it, Blake. So tell me if your religion says that being gay is a sin and that you follow your religion. Go ahead.
Okay, that's not at all what I'm trying to make my point here about. But anyways, what I was getting at is my dad and my family think that being gay is wrong because the Bible says that. all I was trying to say, like I was trying to say earlier, regardless what anybody thinks or whatever the Bible says, or no, it doesn't matter. It's not right. It's just human decency. You take religion out of it. It's just not right just because you disagree with something to treat somebody in a bad way, or that's what I'm saying. And that's where it sounds like my family butts heads because they're very homophobic, but at the same time, who are you? What gives you the right to treat somebody bad just because you disagree with them or something? There's a lot of things that I disagree with that I know people that, but I don't have no judgment towards them. I don't make fun of them. I don't have, and that's what the point I was trying to make. I was not saying that sin is and that was the bottom line. That's not at all what I was just saying. That's where my family comes from, and I can see where they think.
And you follow the Bible. Is it a sin?
I don't want to discuss religious stuff on here.
Now we're taking it back. Got it. Can you answer my question? Is it a sin?
Like I said, according to the Bible, it is. But that's the answer to your question.
So can you just answer directly, please? Like, is being gay a sin? Because off of your own religious viewpoints, is being gay a sin?
Yes.
Okay, low key, did no one hear what I said? Or am I just going crazy?
Cloud, I was about to start screaming and being like, Cloud, tag this.
Let me just say this, and I'm gonna get off here.
I mean, I would like to have that conversation with you if you want to have it.
You talking to me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I wasn't listening. I'm sorry.
I'm going to set that aside for later. What I said earlier was, you believing that it's a sin, you're believing it from a version of the Bible that was literally interpreted to be homophobic. It is not correct to the original text. So you really have no justification even further to say that. So, you're free to stop thinking that if you want.
Okay. Now, all I was going to say is before I get off here.
No, nothing. No
If you want
response.
to mute me
Okay,
and
that's
kick
fine.
me off in the middle of me saying this, that's fine. That proves my point. But anyways, I feel that this platform has just been set up for waiting for an argument or waiting for. And I know that I can tell by the way y'all talk that y'all don't agree with the Bible, and that's fine. I understand that.
I don't agree with slavery. Do you agree with slavery, Blake?
No, I don't. That's horrible. That's awful.
Oh, it's horrible. Is that immoral? Is that immoral? Hold on. Still talking. Is that immoral to own someone's property? Yes or no?
Do what?
Is it immoral to own someone as property? Yes or no?
Yeah, that's horrible. No.
Got it. Why does your God tell people how to own slaves, and then not only says how to own them, how to beat them to an inch of their life? Is that a moral command from your God?
No, it's not. But like I was trying to say earlier, I don't agree with everything that's in the Bible. There's some things that I don't understand, and I don't. That's not right. But as far as loving your enemies and loving your neighbors and that kind of stuff, I understand that. And I'm just saying, and not with any of the other people that are on the side that are guests on here, but I guess, is your name Brandon? It's more at you. You're not very loving and caring, and you're just looking for an argument.
Oh, jeez. Those are Christian values, bestie.
You've converted me, Blake.
I gave you an out.
You've converted me. Do you know what's not loving? Let me read a verse from your book, because let's talk about not loving for a second. This is your God talking. Your male and female slaves would come from the nations around you. From them you may buy slaves. You may also buy from them the temporary residents living among you and members of their clans born in your country, and they will become your property. By the way, this is your amazing loving God. You can bequeath them to your children as inherited property and make them slaves for life, but you must not rule over your fellow Israelites. I'm not done yet. Exodus 21:20 says how to beat your slaves. When a man strikes his slave, male or female, with a rod, and the slave unalives under his hand, he shall be avenged, because the slave is his money. The slave is how he makes his money. So don't unalive them. In 3 days, just beat the shit out of them, just don't unalive them. This is also from your God. So before you come on a panel of a marginalized community and talk your bullshit and say that I'm being mean to you, check your privilege at the door. Do not tone police me. And also do not gaslight me, because you literally said on this panel that, hey, you might not agree with me, but being gay is a sin. And then you went back and said, I did not say that. I'm very smart, and I am very aware of my surroundings.
When I said I didn't say that, I meant I did not say what you said word for word.
Great. So why does your God condone owning people as property and beating the shit out of them?
I don't know. I'm not God. I can't answer that.
Got it. What an amazing cop-out. What an amazing cop-out.
That's not a cop-out. I don't know.
But yet I have more morality than your God does, because I don't think that owning people as property is good. I don't think it's moral.
Arguing's good. I don't see why you want to argue with me. I'm trying to have an honest, actual conversation, and all you want to do is come on here with your entourage of
Shut the fuck up. Also, stop weaponizing your fucking religion against an entire minority group. Check your fucking privilege at the door. Stop doing it. The only people who are putting anti-LGBTQ legislation in place is Christians. That's the only people who are doing it. Get bent. Literally get bent. No time for that bullshit. I really don't.
I just wanted to say,
Bad Brandon is in the chat. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, you're so good. You're so valid as well, because as you should. I just wanted to say is that respectfully, right, this is not just come up and air your grievances and give your opinion and we're going to coddle you and pat you on the back and like tell you like good job for giving your opinion. No, like this is, you're coming up here. If you're coming up here to give your opinion, be ready to engage in conversation over that opinion. And then during that conversation, we reach points where we disagree, expect pushback. I don't know what you thought this was. I don't know how long you've been watching, and I'd like, hello?
Just my opinion.
I thought I was being so nice to that guest, like the entire time.
I don't understand where people get the idea that just because you have an opinion, it doesn't mean it's correct, and it doesn't mean we're not going to push back on the, like, what? Also, I was being so nice. I gave them an out. And they literally, I am just an unalived body in the ground. I am a ghost.
You know what it is? You know what I think it is? Is that, so I think what it is, so sometimes I turn my camera on, and I think it, because for those of you who are in chat who aren't aware, Cloud and I look identical.
It's true.
Like exactly the same. It's uncanny, honestly. They're like, their skin is like a little bit better because they know how to moisturize, and I just don't go in for like witchcraft and all that. But like we look identical. I think if you turn your camera on more often, then people would just respect you more.
That's my issue.
I would love to see this.
No. Also, like when they were like, "Are you talking to who the fuck else would I be talking to?" Like, what?
They've done this before. I remember talking to Blake before. And they come off very genuine at first, and then it's like a turn of events. Like literally just so like the tone policing and the disingenuous. I don't like it.
I'd just like to ask you guys, was I inappropriate with her? Did I give her too much space to say terrible things? Or no?
Okay. Jacob, hello, how old are you?
24.
Oh my gosh, not the horrible MAGA Wi-Fi. You have really bad Wi-Fi, Jacob.
Am I good now? I should be good now.
For now, yeah, I guess there's no... you said you're 24?
Yeah.
All right, what is your take on the topics?
Well, first of all, we should accept everyone for who they are. That's what you guys are advocating against, right?
We're advocating for equality for a minority group.
Yeah, so accept everybody for who they are, right?
Did I say that?
No, but Olive is on here saying that she's upset that, you know, the whole... Oh, they are upset. they're upset that the whole world isn't gay, and it's like, how does that make us straight people
Oh my
feel?
Olive didn't say that.
gosh.
Stop it.
Are advocated against, right?
Olive didn't say that.
My brother in Christ, can you not read a joke when you hear a fucking joke? Please, for the love of God.
Y'all are
Please.
so annoying. Like,
My brother
bro,
in Christ is,
like
is
you
so
have
great.
that was obviously a joke. Obviously.
All right, well then, answer me this, okay? Why do you? Does anyone
Riddle me
know-
this, Batman.
Riddle me this.
Does anyone know? Does anyone know on here why we get Christmas off, like of work or school or something?
Oh my.
Crit-
Oh my.
Are we talking about holidays now?
I believe that would be thankful thanks to
I
unions.
promise it relates. I promise.
Yeah,
it relates.
so what I'm fairly certain happened is we unionized against our capitalist kind of oligarchical overlords and demanded like time off towards the end of the year for a holiday that was historically ripped from, I believe, Scandinavian mythology, and then co-opted into the larcenous kind of Christian faith, right? Is that correct,
holiday.
Chuck?
I had a business, and I'm an atheist, and I would not allow any of my employees to have off on Christmas or Easter. Maybe I would give them Thanksgiving if they invited me over, but that's it.
Right. Yeah, as long as there was turkey. Jacob, what's your point?
My point here is, are you guys ready?
So ready.
So my point here is, we get like schools, they get Christmas off, right? And the reason they get Christmas off is because 99% of the kids celebrate Christmas, right? Now let's think about the 1% of, let's say, Jewish kids who celebrate Hanukkah.
Hold up, Bessie. Is Santa in the Bible?
No, I'm not talking about the Bible, but what I'm getting at is, you guys want to teach this stuff in schools for the 1% that it applies to, right?
The 1%.
That's that.
why
true.
Oh, no,
don't
Jacob, go
we
ahead
get
and use your
Hanukkah off?
Jewish example. I'm sitting
Why don't
right
we get
here.
Hanukkah off for, you know what I'm saying? For the
Say it
1%.
again. Say it again.
Say it again.
Use your Jewish example. I want to hear it.
Okay. We get Christmas off because 99% of the kids in school celebrate Christmas, right? Now, the 1% of Jewish kids, for example, they still have to go to school during their holiday at times.
Do you know what happens with Hanukkah that doesn't
What?
happen with Christmas?
What's that?
Hanukkah is not a static holiday. It moves every single year. So good luck trying to get holiday off that moves every year.
And also, if you're asking if we're advocating for representation for like Jewish children in school settings,
I'm saying they're the 1%.
I agree with you. We should have
We
have
actually do.
representation.
And I mean, I'm 35, and every year of school that I went to, we not only made little holiday decorations for Christmas, we made them for Hanukkah as well. The Jewish kids, and that was public school. Jewish kids did not get left out where I went to. I went to school in Arizona, red ass Arizona. So
Jeez.
there's no excuse. This example is bullshit.
Would advise caution against calling Jewish kids the 1%. That sounds slightly anti-Semitic.
Yeah, that's
a little bit
gross.
conspiracy theory-ish. You know,
It's not. Look at stats.
Let's think about our words.
1 in every 100 people about is Jewish in America. So it's not. It's just the truth.
Okay,
It's just a
Jacob.
fact.
Jacob, I kind of get the feel for where you're going with this. That you know that we do this thing for Christmas and stuff for the 1%. Well, why are we doing this for the LGBT community? They're only 1% or something like that.
Exactly.
Okay, so if we're going to do that for the 1%, why aren't we doing it for everyone? Why should our society draw a line and say, well, you guys are 1%, you don't deserve any acknowledgement or rights in our community like everyone else does? Who are you to make that decision?
I'm not. I'm just saying, if we're doing it for that, we better do it for everything.
Can
Religion.
I additionally say why
this,
Christmas,
that,
as an
you know what I'm
example, is
saying?
really dumb?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Club.
Yes, no,
You're
please.
so
do.
welcome. Because it doesn't just encompass Christmas. It's the school year allowing off for a winter break, which is needed within the structure of the school year. And they do it so it encompasses both Christmas and New Year's in most states that I'm aware of.
Yeah, but no one cares about Hanukkah. That can just go, and you see what I'm saying?
Really, what did I just tell you about Hanukkah? What did I
Yeah.
just tell you?
What?
Did you know?
I've
Did
been
you,
to school too,
Jacob?
and they left
Yeah.
it. I've been to
Jacob.
school too, and they
No,
left it.
Hanukkah.
because I'm not. No, continue,
Jacob.
Clara.
Yeah, no, Hanukkah, I think 8 years ago, overlapped with Thanksgiving. So to sit here and try and act like it's always in December, that it always is going to coincide with Christmas, is such bullshit. And I just told you this. It's absolutely insane to try and sit here that because we don't get Hanukkah off, they don't care about the Jewish kid. What the fuck?
That's a good point, Brock, in the chat. Right, Clown Cat. Yeah, that's like, I know you tried to do something here, but it just didn't work. Also, there's 2.4% of the United States of the population is Jewish. It's 2.4%. So you're wrong with that stat.
Really quickly, Brandon, I just want to point something out. Because now, Jonah, you might have clocked it, because this is getting really gross right now. I just want to go back to the moment where Jenny explained Jacob's position to him, to which he said exactly, but the way he said exactly was very cringe. And I want to highlight that, right? Very cringe, as if he was in a room of people that were going to agree with such supremacist rhetoric that just because someone is part of a minority group, that somehow they don't matter, that they don't exist. All right. And now I'm starting to like the fact that he knew or he thought he knew how many people in the United States were Jewish. Why do you know that statistic? That's very strange. As a person, as a Black queer person who is currently I'm in a server with some of my friends that is full of white nationalists, and we argue with them for fun. You're starting to sound like them. Like, that was really gross.
Wait, you're calling me out for knowing how many Jewish people there are?
Watch yourself. I'm telling you to watch yourself, because you're on thin ice right now.
I was saying exactly as if we're gonna. That's what I'm saying. Exactly as if we need to include everybody if we're going to do that. That's what I'm saying.
Do you know?
It used to be 1%. So they must be having a lot of sex or something.
You're so disgusting.
Jacob, you need to know. Oh
no, I'm not. I'm not doing that.
Jacob, I hope you can hear. You also need to realize that LBGT is now 1% of the population. It's more like about 7 to 10%. So,
get your stats right, buddy.
No, Isaac nailed it. That was giving white nationalist.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, we were 2 minutes from the Great Replacement Theory, so thanks for taking that off the table.
I know we're not supposed to pay attention to the chat, but there's a person by the name of Raw Chicken out there. I would prefer to not comment on what they said, but I would really like to have them blocked permanently.
They were.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. I got you. Actually, one of my mods did that. Thank you, whoever the mod was. Thank you, Susie Q. Hello, guest. How old are you?
Hello, I'm 31.
Okay. What is your take on these topics?
So, the topic of why is being gay wrong? Well, kind of piggybacking off of what the previous person said, it's the Bible says it's immoral, but I'm not really sure what you guys' stance is on that.
Are you a Christian?
No, I used to be Pentecostal, but I realized who needs the Bible when you have access to Beyonce's internet?
I can't get. I wasn't saying anything about their voice because I wasn't trying to say it. But yes, voice changer. I don't know if that was a voice changer. I think it was like a natural way that they were changing their voice.
Yeah.
That was
I used to do that in elementary school with my friends. Exactly.
I talk like that too. I don't know what everyone's saying.
I was like, wait, is that their actual? Because
I know. That's why I wasn't laughing.
Yeah, because I thought I was like, wait, maybe that is their actual voice.
It also reminded me of the alien lives that I was talking about earlier, where they're also. I'm telling you, if you haven't seen this, everybody, they have a full panel of as many people as you can panel, and they all have alien pictures, and they're all talking at the same time, but they're all doing different alien voices.
No. Chad, don't listen to Brandon. He's lying.
No,
He's
it's
made this
true.
up. No,
Listen,
Brandon's lying.
I have been gaslit
Misinformation on the
so many times tonight, Jonah. The next time I see this, I'm sending it to you directly, and you're going to watch it.
Brandon, is it the alien one?
Yes.
Off the record, I've seen it.
Off the record.
I literally took my earbuds out to have a conversation with my roommate. I didn't even know what you were talking about. And I came back in and I was like, this is the alien chat, isn't it?
Yeah. Off the record, like, that's a real thing. But on the record, chat, don't listen to Brandon. He's lying.
Per usual. Just ask Blake.
I'm waiting for to get some Frey spiritualist saying that these are like the actual aliens that are like communicating like light code to us. I'm waiting for it. I think that will be the day that I'm just like, yep, I made the right decision.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be so honest. Like, guys, I got off the train before it was too late. Don't worry. I'm waiting.
That's amazing. I'm just telling you though, I watched this for way too long. I watched it for I lost track of time because I was just people are actually like spending their day, and it was like it went on for like the live went on for hours and hours, but they're all like they all have alien profile pictures, and everyone has like their own unique like alien voice. Like someone's going like consistently for like an hour. Then someone else is like yeah, 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 and they're all doing it at the exact same time. It literally I couldn't.
I concur with Nico Cat in the chat. Actually, I think that's what it is. Talking about hypnosis. I know. I think that's what it's meant to do.
Good night, Aristocat. Isaac, wait, you heard that guest before that said I hypnotized him, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah. I was calling him out for trying to gaslight you. You tried. Yeah, you've been gaslight. You're correct. You've been gaslit. Multiple times tonight.
Oh man.
Yeah, no.
He said that last time. Your glamour magic on him.
He came back tonight. Do you know that, Cloudcat? Were you there?
I was there. Oh god.
He came back and he was just like, yeah, you keep trying to hypnotize me, and I was just like, no.
Brandon.
And he was just like hitting on me the entire night.
Brandon,
I was like,
why didn't you solve the Enigma code?
Man. You wanna kiss man? Ooh.
And as I said earlier, because I also clock it when Jonah does it, I was therefore obligated to do it, so that way I'm not just being Jonah-phobic.
Right. Jonah always gaslights me. It's fine.
I'm Jonah-phobic for sure.
Goodbye. That's so false.
Wait, do we have... Wait, this person... Hold on. Wait...
Also, Brandon, were you successful at all today?
Not
purchasing?
really.
Oh shit.
No, I got food.
Okay, good.
But I didn't get any. How do I kick this person out? They're not even loading in. Damn it. There we go. I got some food. Yeah, I might not be going. Actually, me and Olive might not be going live for quite a few days if we lose power.
Looks, real bad. Looks real bad.
God, I wish you'd both get the hell out of there.
The problem is I'm kind of stuck. Like I can't. Like no gas stations have gas. Mm-hmm. And all the air, like there's no flights going out or coming in anywhere near.
You just have to hunker down.
At this
Brandon
point.
is my carry-on. Listen, y'all, I will literally stuff him into a suitcase. I don't care.
Just wrap him around your waist like a belt.
Yeah, that's true.
Perfect. It's an accessory.
I have another friend in Venice Beach, and I'm real scared for him. He's sick as a dog right now. He's just got out for pneumonia and all kinds of stuff, and he had to go back in twice, and he's just really ill, and he can't get himself out of there. And it's like, Jesus Christ. That's like ground zero.
Oh, I don't like. You can't see the whole picture, but this entire thing is coming right. First of all, Milton doesn't sound very threatening. But it's like the biggest hurricane that Florida will ever see, like in the last 100 years.
And you have another one right from the other side. Oh my god.
Yep.
So without doxing myself too far, I'm on the Atlantic side. I'm not on the Gulf side. So the one that's following up right after Milton is actually going to hit us on the Atlantic side harder than it will. Thank God, because Tampa needs a fucking break.
Right.
But like, yeah, it's going to hit me directly between the 16th and the 19th. Luckily, I'm going to be in Maryland, but my house will be with me in Maryland. So I don't know what the fuck I'm going to come home to.
I know this is a scary one. I like, it's scary when people who have lived in Florida their entire life are boarding up their houses and evacuating, because I haven't lived here my whole life, and I'm just like, oh, everyone, we're gonna hunker down, and they're like, no, we're leaving. I was like, wait, what? Wait, come back.
Because 99% of the time, like Florida men, we're so unserious. Like nobody in Florida takes hurricanes seriously ever. And now the fact that I see people who have lived here forever be like, oh fuck. Now I'm like, okay, this is actually a big deal. I've only been here for 6 years and I know that it's a big deal.
Yeah, it's bad. My sibling also lives in Florida, but they can't leave because of their job with making sure somebody's around to identify bodies.
I know. Real quick, Jacob in the chat. Jacob says, y'all voted for Kamala to not help our innocent American victims in this hurricane. Yeah, Jacob, do you know what happened? Let's talk about what Kamala did, right? Kamala reached out to DeSantis to try to offer aid to people in Florida. Do you know what DeSantis did? Wouldn't take the call. Wouldn't even talk to Kamala. So get your facts straight before you spread misinformation.
The other fact you boneheads need to get in through your heads is that the Biden administration contacted every state and in the path of the last hurricane before it hit to start setting up emergency practices. Okay.
Additionally, y'all need to learn. Sorry, Jenny, go ahead.
Not one dime has been mislocated for anything. You have been lied to again by that orange thing, and you are just sucking it right in because you just love this guy more than life itself.
Not the orange thing.
You're just a bunch of fools.
Y'all need to learn.
I didn't vote for Kamala.
Wait one second, small. Cloud Cat, and then you. Sorry.
No, just real quick. I'm really sick and tired of people being like, Kamala and Joe Biden didn't give the money. It's like, you learn your civics. The president and the vice president do not control the monies. They have to go to Congress and have them pass a disaster bill. And like, what is his name? Mike Johnson? Is that his name? All of the representatives in the House, I think, are on vacation right now. Biden asked them to come back and vote on a disaster bill. And Mike Johnson said, nope.
Right.
So fuck yourself off with that stuff. Like, I'm so tired of that.
100%. Small.
I didn't vote for Kamala.
You don't even live here.
Not
Traitor.
yet. Not
night,
yet,
Autumn.
anyway.
He doesn't even go here.
Doesn't even
Go. Oh my god, that's amazing.
You guys, don't you mean girls me?
Don't worry. They will be here in due time, and then they will have to suffer like the rest of us.
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
Condolences.
It's not going to happen. Okay. I should get to bed because I do have to do some more prep tomorrow, and I'll probably go live maybe. I was actually going to do like a hurricane live, but my power is going to go out. Like, I got a message from my power company. They're like, just so you know, 100% your power is going to go out. I was like,
Wow.
Wait, how do you know that?
Why are we pre-gaming this disaster? What?
Like, can we make sure it doesn't do that? That would be...
Brandon, actually, like, all seriousness, jokes aside, if you need anything, please let me know. If you want to, we're 3-4 hours away, but if you want to come here and have a slumber party, please let me know.
That sounds like an amazing time, honestly.
Oh, I'll be down any minute.
Right? Everyone, let's have a giant slumber party. That would just be like the best thing in the world. Anyways, I should get to bed. I have a few errands to run for more storm prep tomorrow.
Don't forget dog food.
I just bought dog food today. I almost forgot dog food, but I was just like, I have to actually buy her more diapers. She has like little doggy diapers.
Baby.
Yeah, so I have to buy her more of those. But thank you all for hanging out. Thank you to all my amazing mods. Y'all keep me going. And also, please follow all of the panelists, please. All of them. Olive
mentioned.
and them. All amazing advocates. But yeah, everyone have a good night. If you're in Florida, please be safe and don't.
Did Lady Echo have anything to say? Or was like, hey, there we
Oh,
go.
I'm so sorry. Lady Echo. I'm so sorry. I am blonde. Sorry, Lady Echo. What were you gonna say? Sorry.
No worries. So I just wanted to kill the how do you call it? The confusion. So it was me. I was trolling you guys.
That was great.
Yep, that was me. So I just wanted to let you guys know.
I love the voice. It sounds like Lilo and Stitch.
I know. Ohana means family.
Yes, that's like a perfect impression. That's so good.
So yeah, I didn't want you to think that it was like a crazy person stalking you. I just,
Wait, did you do that earlier too, or was that another person?
No, that was me. I could
There was
literally do that
somebody
whenever
else.
I want.
I feel like it was Autumn who was trolling me before. I don't know. They had a different accent.
Cherry. You mean Cherry?
Oh,
Cherry.
well,
I mean, yeah, it was
probably
Cherry.
was somebody else.
Account. Yeah, on the Jamal account.
Oh, okay, so yeah, that was a different person.
Y'all just
I was
trolling
the
me.
last person that just came up.
I love it.
But like, couldn't you have indulged me just a little bit longer? Did you have to kick me so damn fast?
I'm fast with that.
Jesus.
I'm like, no. Bye, Lilo and Stitch. Bye.
Oh my god. Okay, well,
Brandon's the quickest shot in the Northern Hemisphere.
yeah, it's me.
That's what they say.
Oh my God.
Dirty Harry, but queer.
Hey, before we break this up, I just want to make one comment. Before I came up here, I was conversing in the chat, and I made a statement about when the discussions about surgery and regret rate and stuff, and I made a very clear statement that I am very, very unhappy with my surgery, my hip replacement surgery.
Oh.
Also, Jacob,
Johnny.
I promise you, I will never stop discriminating against the straights. I'm so sorry.
Be trans, do crime, don't get caught.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, sorry, real quick, Jacob, while we're here, if you could just very quickly quote an anti-straight bill. Just a single one. Just a single pice of legislation that directly
Just
targets
name the bill
straight
number.
people.
Me personally, I'm like
Just describe what it does. just you know what? I'm not even going to do that. Just like give me a vibe. Just vibe check a bill for me.
me personally.
I wish we could. Oh, sorry, Isaac. Go ahead. Sorry.
All I'm going to say is, in the name of equality, sure, like if everyone's experiencing discrimination, then no one will, right? So in the name of equality, W discrimination against the straggots. Me personally.
Did you just say straggots? I'm gonna
Straggots, yep.
unlive. Oh my god.
I've never heard that word before. That's fantastic.
TikTok does not condone any hatred or harassment whatsoever. W.
I'm going to peel my own skin off like a wetsuit. I cannot with you ever. Jacob, seriously, Jacob's in the chat again. I see Jacob in the Jacob. Listen, bestie, baby, honey, sweetie,
Yes?
sugar bear.
Yes.
Please, I'm begging you. I'm on my knees. Just give me an anti-straight bill. Any
Wait
piece
a
of
second.
legislation that directly discriminates against straight people, please give it to me right now. I'm a double
Why?
agent for the Russians. I'm trying to
What are you doing on
insert
your knees,
myself in the.
Jonah?
I'm literally.
What is Jonah not doing on their
I'm
knees?
literally silencing them right now because how dare refer to anyone else but me that way.
Oh, yeah. Those are fighting words.
I was thinking about you the whole time, and I know that's what you
That
like.
makes it weird. That makes it weird, Jonah. That doesn't save anything.
No! Listen, they like it. Listen.
No, you're off.
That's what they.
You're canceled. Jonah's canceled.
Oh my God, they're kicked. Goodbye.
Yep. Bye.
Lateral violence.
Cancel.
Not the infighting. No. Oh my God.
Everyone, hashtag cancel Jonah in the chat, please. Cancel Jonah in the chat.
Jonah,
Okay, Jonah, I love you so much.
Jonah, your accountability live will be tomorrow.
Oh my God. I will be hosting it. No, I'm kidding. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
I'm really sad
Thank you,
because I have so much energy right now. I wish I could like go live and have a Brandon raid, but alas, I'm bananaed until the 13th. So
no, did you appeal it?
I appealed it and they said no. And guess what it was for? It was for gender-based violence.
So dumb.
Gender-based schmilance? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Tweener got that one the other day too, but they won the appeal. But it's just so weird.
I don't understand because like the conversation at hand, once I got the notification for it, was about emetophobia, which is the fear of vomiting. So I'm like, hello, what? Anyways,
nonsense.
I love you all. Brandon, please be safe. Message me at any time if you need anything, please.
Be safe.
Yeah, thank you. I should be live tomorrow, maybe. I mean, it's supposed to...
Did you say live or alive?
Either one. We'll find out. I don't like this picture because it looks like I'm actually inside of the hurricane currently. I don't like it. It's freaking me out. Anyways, thank you to all the panelists. Everyone have an amazing night.
Is a
Thank you for letting me up. I appreciate it very much.
Thanks, Jenny. Have an amazing night, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.